Good morning, America. Growing pressure over new Epstein files. Bruce Willis's wife, Heming Willis, here live in the 22-year-old star of Monday Night Football. The new Epstein files released, turned over by his estate, including a letter to Epstein on his 50th birthday in 2003, allegedly signed by President Trump. Now, the reaction from the White House as the pressure grows in Congress to make all the Epstein files public.
In custody, a 13-year-old suspected of planning a school shooting appears in court after police found an arsenal in his home. 23 weapons, including some made using 3D printed parts known as ghost guns. The growing concern for law enforcement right now. Plus, what else was in his room? Could the parents be charged? And when the 13-year-old could be released?
Fireballs in the sky.
Immediate structure threat.
Residents ordered to evacuate, fleeing a fast-moving wildfire near San Diego. This morning, we have a glimpse of the damage. This as Ginger is tracking the state of emergency watching Kiko and Hawaii. Close call. A jet overshooting a Florida runway, coming to an abrupt stop right before a busy road. This morning, the critical system in place that saved lives.
Live on GMA, Heming Willis on navigating life after Bruce Willis's unexpected diagnosis, living with a rare form of dementia. What she wants the millions of other caregivers across the country to know, and how she and Bruce are doing now.
Fighting back.
What did you spend my money on?
The powerful moment when a woman who lost tens of thousands of dollars in a romance scam confronts one of the suspects allegedly behind the scheme.
I don't care if it comes $1 a week. You're gonna pay me back.
And comeback kid.
McCarthy keeps. He's got it. And forces his way into the end zone. Touchdown.
22-year-old quarterback J.J. McCarthy in his NFL debut, leading the Vikings to victory on a thrilling Monday night.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Welcome to the NFL, JJ.
Yeah.
Wow, what a debut like that.
What a comeback. What a comeback. Good for him. And we have a lot of other news to get to on this Tuesday morning, including the newly released numbers overnight, what parents need to know about struggling high school seniors. We're going to break down the new Nation's report card.
We're going to begin, though, with the latest on the battle over the Jeffrey Epstein files. Some of the files that were turned over to Congress by the Epstein estate have been released, including a suggested birthday note to Epstein from President Trump. It appears to have been signed by Donald Trump, I should say. Jay O'Brien is tracking it all on Capitol Hill. Good morning, Jay.
Yeah, George, good morning. President Trump has decried this letter as a fake, but its release overnight is only fueling a controversy that's consumed Capitol Hill and even some of the president's most loyal supporters.
This morning, part of a cache of records subpoenaed by the Republican-led House Oversight Committee from convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's estate, committee Democrats posting this letter allegedly written by President Donald Trump. Part of a book of messages compiled for Epstein's 50th birthday, the letter includes lines of text written to mimic an imaginary third-person conversation between Trump and Epstein, framed by a crudely drawn outline of a woman's body. One line reading, "We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that?" And ending with this, "A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." The typed signature reads Donald J. Trump, and in thick marker beneath what appears to be a handwritten Donald. The Wall Street Journal first reported the letter's existence in July. Trump has called it fake, promptly filing a defamation lawsuit against the Journal and its conservative owner, Rupert Murdoch, for $10 billion.
I don't even know what they're talking about. Now, somebody could have written a letter and used my name.
And later saying this.
They say there's a drawing of a woman, and I don't do drawings of women.
The White House this morning flatly denying the president drew or signed the message. Democrats pointing to the signature.
I don't think that it takes an expert to know that that is his signature.
Trump and Epstein were friends for more than a decade, but when Epstein was arrested in 2019, Trump said the two men hadn't spoken in 15 years. The book was given to Epstein in 2003, 3 years before he was first arrested for sex crimes. Recently, the president claiming the two had a falling out because Epstein, quote, took people, including young women who worked at Trump's Mar-a-Lago club.
He took people, and because he took people, I said, don't do it anymore. You know, they work for me. And he took, beyond that, he took some others. And once he did that, that was the end of him.
In the so-called birthday book, hundreds of pages that included letters from other Epstein friends and associates, including former President Bill Clinton, at that point just 2 years out of office, writing about Epstein's childlike curiosity and drive to make a difference. After Epstein's 2019 arrest, a spokesperson for Clinton said the president knows nothing of his crimes, and the two hadn't spoken in over a decade. The messages compiled by Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, currently serving a 20-year federal prison sentence for sex trafficking. In a recent interview, she told Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, the president's former lawyer, that she could not remember if Trump contributed a message to the book. Maxwell recently receiving a highly unusual transfer to a minimum security prison just days after her interview with the DOJ. This release from Epstein's estate only turning up the pressure on Capitol Hill. At least 4 Republicans already joining with Democrats and breaking with the White House, calling for a vote to make all files from the FBI's Epstein investigation public.
That push to force a vote up here on Capitol Hill to release all of the FBI's Epstein files is just 2 signatures away from becoming a reality. Its GOP leader, Congressman Thomas Massie, can either convince 2 of his Republican colleagues to sign on, or he can just wait until about the end of the month when 2 more special elections will likely add 2 more Democrats to Congress. Michael.
Seeing inevitable. All right. Thank you so much for that. Jay, we're going to turn now to the win at the Supreme Court for President Trump, allowing so-called roving immigration raid to resume in Los Angeles. We're going to go to our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, for more. Good morning, Mary.
Hey, Michael, good morning. Well, this is a big win, as you said, for President Trump and his administration's aggressive immigration enforcement tactics. The Supreme Court lifting restrictions on ICE agents operating in California, allowing them to target, stop, and detain people based solely on their race, the fact that they speak Spanish, where they gather, or what type of work they do. Factors that a lower court judge had deemed unconstitutional. The Fourth Amendment, of course, protects against unlawful searches and seizures. Now, in a 6-3 decision, the conservative majority did not explain its reasoning. The Attorney General, though, this morning is welcoming the move, while liberals on the court are blasting it. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, in her dissent, writing, "We should not have to live in a country where the government can seize anyone who looks Latino, speaks Spanish, and appears to work a low-wage job." Now, this ruling is not the final word, but it does allow these tactics to continue while the litigation plays out. Robin.
All right. Our thanks to you, Mary. Now to breaking news overseas. Our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, is in Jerusalem for us. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, Robin. This is a major developing story. Details are still coming through. Here's what we know at the moment is that there were a number of explosions in Doha. That's the capital of Qatar in the Gulf. It's a country that has relations with Israel and, of course, with the United States. The Israeli Defense Forces have released a statement, not exactly saying that they were responsible for the attack in Qatar, but the timing suggests that it was a military operation by them, saying in essence that they have targeted Hamas senior leadership. We know that Hamas has used Qatar as a base. It's where their negotiating team has been having meetings in the last few days, and it's also where US and other officials have been meeting with them. This will be significant. It certainly would end any discussion of any kind of ceasefire, any kind of negotiations or hostage release, and the ball will now be in the court for the United States to decide whether or not it responds. George?
Okay, Ethan, thanks. We're going to turn now to the case of the 13-year-old arrested in Washington State after police found a massive arsenal at his home, including nearly 24 guns. Trevor Ault is tracking the case. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. And police say the message of see something, say something likely saved lives here. They tell us they received multiple tips from people warning about a 13-year-old threatening he had access to weapons and he was plotting to kill people.
This morning, police in Washington State say this is the arsenal of weapons found in the home of a 13-year-old boy they believe was planning a school massacre.
Every detective, every SWAT member that went into that home, 100% will say that we stopped a major mass shooting from happening.
The suspect appearing in court Monday, pleading not guilty to multiple felonies. In charging documents, prosecutors say the teen had written threats on social media, sharing photographs holding semi-automatic rifles.
He had everything packed and ready to go, and it likely was just a matter of time before he decided to cause havoc in our community.
Authorities say they found 23 weapons in the home, many of which were unsecured. And there were several handguns and homemade long guns that had been made using 3D printed parts known as ghost guns, a growing concern for law enforcement.
It's concerning to know how many of these guns are being made and whose hands they're going into.
According to police, the suspect was obsessed with school shooters, and the walls of his room were covered with drawings and pictures of past shootings. They say he also had a gas mask and a backpack full of ammunition, including several AR-style magazines, which had writings on them referencing mass shootings.
Now, this 13-year-old could potentially be released from jail in a week as he awaits his trial. There's also so far no word on if his parents could potentially be charged for allegedly failing to secure all those weapons. Michael?
Well, we're glad somebody spoke up, Trevor. Thank you so much for that. We're going to turn now to new video of a private plane overshooting a runway at a Florida airport. The jet stopped just short of a busy road, and Sam is here with the story. Good morning, Sam.
Michael, you can see the cars on the roadway in that video, so this could have had a much different ending, but thanks to a system that's used at the end of runways that we don't seem to notice or think much about, this small jet that was going way too fast, thankfully, was brought to a sudden stop.
Runway 5 clear to land.
This morning, shocking video showing a close call on a Florida runway. A business jet overshooting the landing at Boca Raton after a flight from Vegas. Watch as the Canadian-built Bombardier Challenger 300 goes beyond the runway but comes to a complete stop within eyesight of a busy road, all thanks to EMOS, a lightweight crushable concrete.
What saved the day here is a remarkable system that is being employed in many different airports around the world. Now, it's called an engineered material arresting system, and basically it's a field full of very lightweight bricks, if you will, that can take an airplane's landing gear and slow it down a very short period of time.
Security 1, we have a aircraft that went on to the AMAS bed off of runway 5 up against Spanish River.
Images of the aftermath showing the damaged plane collapsed on its landing gear in the bed of lightweight crushable materials. The FAA saying all 4 people on board walked away without serious injuries.
It's very obvious that the jet aircraft was still traveling at a pretty good rate of speed. It would have gone right past the end of that runway and probably ended up in the middle of the freeway with potentially catastrophic results.
Yeah, you can see it all in that picture right there. Fortunately, the system worked exactly how it was designed to work, and everyone on board was saved, as well as everyone driving along that road. So the EMOS or AMOS system is so functional, it can even slow or stop a jumbo jet.
Wow. I never knew that was at the end of the runway. I've seen that.
I just didn't pay attention to it.
Right. All right.
Hidden genius right there.
Thank you, Sam. A big day for Apple. The company set to unveil new products, and who better than Rebecca Jarvis to give us a preview.
Hello, Robin. Hey, guys. Yeah, this is a really big day. It is Apple's most anticipated event, and the tech giant is calling it what's ahead. Awe-dropping. They always keep things heavily under wraps before the big unveil. They haven't announced any specifics just yet, but we expect to see a bunch of new product news, including a new iPhone, iPhone 17. It is expected to be the thinnest and lightest iPhone ever, with a larger front-facing camera and longer battery life. And while this is not confirmed, we think that they will also introduce the AirPods 3 Pro. This is interesting. They expect that they will be able to translate in real time. So if you're wearing these while someone's talking to you in a different language, well, you'd have the whole thing automatically translated right into your ears. Now, for the wearable fans out there, we could see some health-focused updates to the Apple Watch and the release of potentially 3 new watches, the Apple Watch Series 11 SE and Ultra 3.
All right. That's what we can expect.
Yeah, that's what we can expect, Robin.
Can we also expect the prices to go up?
See, and this is the thing people are always a little nervous about, especially in light of tariffs. Some analysts say no. Others say you could see a $100 price increase. They've gotten around some of the tariffs, even though the iPhone, while it's designed here in the U.S., is mostly made overseas. Right. There's also the question of whether it will apply to all models, because the iPhone has a lot of different models, so maybe they'll keep one without a price increase and apply it maybe to the highest end model.
can't believe up to 17.
17.
Right.
We've been at this for a while now, Robin.
Thank you, Rebecca, as always.
AirPod 3, though, they translate to you, but then you have to talk back to them. What if they don't have them?
Well, you need to hand them one of yours.
Well, that's why you have
in the clubhouse.
There you go, Sam.
In the lead of the clubhouse. Nicely done.
Rebecca had a late night, but a good night. Your Vikings had a big comeback
a nice little
win.
comeback there. It was a good night for me, yes.
Let's go to Lara for more on that.
All right. Yeah, Rebecca, you should feel very encouraged by your Vikings, led by former University of Michigan standout J.J. McCarthy. In his NFL debut last night, the quarterback showed some nerves at first, but found his footing in a big way, leading the Vikings to a comeback for the ages. That iconic theme heralding the start of Monday Night Football. And what a thriller it was, with the Chicago Bears and Minnesota Vikings taking their rivalry to prime time. Caleb Williams taking it to the end zone for the first rushing touchdown of his career.
He is in. Touchdown.
Putting the Bears on the board first. Another big night for the kickers. Viking Will Reichard with a career-high 59-yard field goal.
He's got it.
But it was Minnesota quarterback J.J. McCarthy with an historic regular season debut in his hometown, capitalizing on Bears' missteps late in the game, rallying his team from an 11-point deficit.
Pass is caught, spinning grab.
The 22-year-old running another one in himself.
McCarthy keeps. He's got it. And forces his way into the end zone. Touchdown.
McCarthy and the Vikings scoring an impressive 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to take the win, 27-24. It is a record-setting feat for a quarterback in their NFL debut.
Getting the win. That's what I remember most. Just being here in the hometown, it's a dream come true. I just love my guys and can't wait to go to war next week.
And it sure was fun to watch. McCarthy won't forget that game anytime soon, and neither will the coaches. JJ now, the first quarterback to score 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns in his NFL debut. He had 13 of 20 passes for 143 yards, guys.
Wow. And most importantly, a lot of touchdowns.
Yes.
Yeah,
so happy for
matters.
him. He was fun to watch in Michigan and looking real good right here.
All right. Thank you, Lara. Great job, by the way. Coming up, Bruce Willis's wife, Emma Heming Willis, is here telling us all about her unexpected journey to the world of caregiving, why she hopes her new book gives everyone permission to ask for help, and how she and Bruce are doing as he battles dementia.
Also ahead, what happened when an alleged romance scammer was confronted by a victim. We're going to show the powerful moment caught on camera.
And Sam has a story about the stars maybe not aligning?
This is going to ruin a lot of people's breakfast. Let me get my turban as Sam the All-Seeing. Everything you thought you knew about your zodiac sign may be wrong this morning, including what your actual sign is. Gather up around the television set. We will explain.
Because Sam knows all.
Sam, am I going to have a good day?
Magic Ball says.
All signs point to yes.
Coming up, we have the brand new Girl Scout cookie that is joining the ranks. We're going to get a chance to try it out.
Flavor, please.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
You're an Aquarius, huh?
I bet you're a Gemini.
Nope. Nope.
Virgo?
Nope.
Sagittarius?
Yep.
I knew it.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You're not going to speed anymore, right?
I won't speed.
And you promise you'll get this taken care of right away?
I promise.
And in the meantime, you better let him drive. Does he have a license?
Yeah.
Can he handle the stick?
Well.
I can handle a stick!
Oh, Ross and Rach, Ross and Rach. Oh, great scene from Friends with that guest appearance from Mark Consuelos. It's a classic line you may hear. What's your sign? But now this morning, would you believe the astrological sign you think you are could be off? We're talking like 2,000 years.
I'm still trying to figure out what my new sign is, but Sam will tell us.
I know, because it's a little bit confusing,
Yeah.
but Sam will explain it all. That's coming up.
First new at 7:30. Jury selection is getting underway in the trial of the man accused of trying to assassinate President Trump at one of his Florida golf courses last year, shortly before the election. He has pleaded not guilty, as representing himself. Also, 2 Texas police deputies were seriously injured yesterday after a semi crashed into their patrol vehicle while they were helping a stranded motorist. One deputy was left dangling from an overpass as witnesses and first responders rushed to help. And some Vermont towns are gearing up for the fall foliage traffic. Road restrictions and closures will be put in place. A few years ago, the towns, including Woodstock, had to take drastic steps after being overrun with tourists. Restrictions expected to last from October 4th through the 19th. Now let's go to Michael.
All right, thank you, George. Now to Emma Heming Willis and her story of navigating life after her husband Bruce Willis's unexpected diagnosis, documented in a new book she wrote, fittingly called The Unexpected Journey, Finding Strength, Hope, and Yourself on the Caregiving Path. Emma, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for
this
having
morning.
me. Thank you.
It's been more than 2 years since you revealed Bruce's rare form of dementia called FTD to the world. So this book was born out of necessity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we received Bruce's diagnosis, we left that appointment with no hope, no roadmap. There was nothing, to leave with no support, no guidance. And it's not just happening to me, it's happening to so many. And over the years, I've been able to, put these incredible specialists and experts around our family. And that is how The Unexpected Journey was born, to be able to put their wisdom and insight into a book, to be able to share it with the next caregiver.
And FTD is the rare form of dementia that affects younger people. I mean, the average age of onset is 56 years old.
I mean, I've also met someone that was diagnosed and they were 25 years old.
So what are some signs that maybe someone should look for?
So there are 3 different variants of FTD. There is a behavioral variant, there's primary progressive aphasia, which is what Bruce was diagnosed with, and also it can affect movement. So, for me, what I can speak to is Bruce's diagnosis, which is PPA, which affects language and understanding, reading and writing. So for us, it was, we noticed his stutter coming back.
But you also, you're shedding light. There's so many caregivers out there, 11 million caregivers, in fact. So you're using your platform to do that. And why is it so important for you to shine the platform on those caregivers, all caregivers, not just the 11 million dealing with someone with dementia?
Because caregivers are so unseen. And I realized that when we left that office with no support, and I had to dig so deep to find the support. So, I have some time, I have some resources, I have access to be able now to compile all of that expert insight into this book and to be able to share it with a caregiver who desperately needs the support. And
we all had a chance to see your conversation with Diane Sawyer, which was amazing. And you revealed that Bruce is living separately, but where he can get help from professional caregivers, and also, as you say, in a safe and calm environment. Yeah. But it kind of created a debate online.
Yeah, I knew it would.
Yeah, what do you want people to know though about that?
I think that, again, like what you said, it was a hard decision for us, but that was the safest and best decision, not just for Bruce, but also for our 2 young girls. And, it's really not up for a debate. Now I know that Bruce has the best care 100% of the time. His needs are met 100% of the time, as well as our 2 young daughters. So I'm not going to take a vote on that.
But you knew it would cause some debate.
I knew it would, and which is why I shed the light on that, because I feel like caregivers are so judged, and it just goes to show that people sometimes just have an opinion versus really having the experience. And I'll say that, dementia plays out differently in every household. If you've seen, one case of dementia, it is one case of dementia. So you have to do what is right for your family and what is going to keep your loved ones safe, as well as your young children.
And at what was the point that made you realize that you needed to get help, that you just couldn't do this alone?
It was Bruce's neurologist that said, she delivered this statistic to me, letting me know that sometimes caregivers die before their loved ones. And I think that was my wake-up call to realize that I need to get help, and I'm not a failure because I need help. It's okay for me to raise my hand. And I didn't realize that. I really needed permission for someone to tell me that it's okay to get help. And that's what I hope that this book does for caregivers. It just gives them the permission to be able to care for themselves, because if they don't, how will they be able to show up and continue to care for the person that they love?
Just hearing you say that this morning, I'm pretty sure there's someone listening right now who goes, it's okay. I mean, that's just such a powerful and an important message. And how's Bruce doing right now?
All things considering his diagnosis, I think he is doing really well. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, that is great to hear, because there's no one I know who doesn't love Bruce and love the energy.
Beloved.
Yeah, and so through all of this, I can imagine, 'cause we saw some pictures earlier when you were talking, that you and Bruce have still found a way to be partners, to have your relationship, and we saw also you and a beautiful family in Vanity Fair.
Oh, okay, yeah.
How have you been able to find the time to maintain a relationship with Bruce, loving relationship?
Yeah, I mean, I think, for us, it's just about being with him and being in the moment with him. And there is no greater connection than just being able to sit with him and hug him and kiss him. These moments are so fleeting. We're so blessed that he is here, and we are enjoying even this new chapter of our lives.
And in the first chapter of the book, you talk about your love story.
Yeah.
But through all of this, how has your relationship gotten stronger with Bruce?
I mean, I think it's just our connection. And again, it's just meeting him where he's at in this new chapter in his life. And our relationship has now shifted into something else. But it is such a privilege for me to be able to, as his wife, to walk him through this part of his life.
Well, I think what you're doing is amazing. And as we were talking right before this interview, you said just put on the pants and you go to work. You do what you have to do.
Yeah, that's right. There's only one way to get into it, is just to walk through it, and that is what I am trying to do.
Well, I'm so glad you're sharing this,
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that you said what you said. It is okay.
It is
to ask for help. It's okay to take care of yourself because you have to.
You're not a bad person because you need help. You shouldn't feel the guilt that so many caregivers do feel, and that it's okay to raise your hand and say, I need help and I need support. And this is when we need to really rally our family and friends to be able to come and support us. Caregiving is not a solo mission, and we should not feel that we are the only ones that can do this. We need to really bring in that help and support.
Well, I'm glad you're showing it to the world and sharing it with the world. Thank you so much, Emma.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you so much. The Unexpected Journey, Finding Strength, Hope, and Yourself on the Caregiving Path is on bookshelves nationwide today. Make sure you go pick it up.
Now with the story of a romance scammer who was confronted by a victim the moment caught on camera. Janae Norman has the story. Good morning, Janae.
Hey, George, good morning. Not often do you get to see a victim get to confront the individual who scammed them out of their life savings. But Mike Chitwood, a no-nonsense kind of sheriff out of Florida, made that happen for the woman who thought she'd found love, but of course instead got heartache.
This is the young lady whose $30,000 you took and bought the car and the lawnmower and everything.
You're watching what authorities say is the victim of a romance scam confronting one of her scammers head on.
You're not looking at me.
I felt bad when it happened.
That's 70-year-old Carol West of Florida, who says this man, Corey Woodall, was part of an elaborate scheme to bilk her of tens of thousands of dollars. According to authorities, romance scams happen when the victim is duped into believing they're building a relationship with someone, using that goodwill to get the victim to send money. At first, Carol says she thought she was speaking to a high-ranking Army officer who needed help getting home.
He sent me pictures of him in uniform. He sent me pictures of his dog tags, pictures of his passports, everything to show me he was legitimate. And I fell for hook, line, and sinker.
According to the affidavit, as part of the fraud, the messages were requesting her to send funds by gift cards in Bitcoin. Carol purchased $30,000 worth of gift cards in the span of 2 weeks. Eventually, the affidavit alleges, they asked for more. She sent another $30,000 and mailed it to a North Carolina address.
What did you spend my money on?
The FBI crime report says Americans lost $16 billion to romance scams last year alone. Carol says she lost her life savings to Woodall.
Well, I'm going to tell the judge to demand you give me my money back, and I don't care if it comes $1 a week. You're going to pay me back.
So Woodall said that he didn't touch the Bitcoin, but he did spend that cash on a car and a lawnmower. He was extradited from North Carolina to Florida to face charges of fraud and grand theft. He remains in jail with no bond. But guys, we hear about these scams, and as you can think, how does this keep happening? HHS reports that in recent years, 1 in 2 Americans reports feeling lonely.
Yeah.
So it is that feeling of connection, of thinking that you're finding love, that leads people down this road.
I know,
All this for a lawnmower.
And a car, but yes.
Well, that just says a lot about his character.
It does.
It has nothing to do with that. Our play of the day, this is going to be a talker.
Oh, yeah, all over the country. Here we go, Robin. So if you were born today and someone was to ask what your sign was, you'd say Virgo, right? Because we're in that time period. Well, not so fast. A new report from the New York Times says, astrology is based on which constellation is behind the sun on the day that you were born. And there are 12 zodiac signs because there are 12 constellations. Now, the New York Times article points out that over the last, correctly by the way, 2,000 years or so, the stars have gradually shifted in the skies. It's called proper motion. And that's resulted in a slight change in when certain constellations are showing up behind the sun, which is the identity of your sign. So if today is your birthday and you always thought you were a Virgo, surprise, you're actually a Leo. Join the ranks. They're great. The change usually means you go back one sign in the zodiac calendar, although a few people will stay the same. Odd, I know. That's why we're trying to do this carefully. We wanted to see if you really are who you thought you were. So, Robin, are you ready? Because you've always thought you were a Sagittarius. Rebecca is one as well. All right, but you would actually be a Scorpio if they used today's math.
But if she were born today.
If you, right.
Yes. But she wasn't born today.
But Copernicus did this like 2,000 years ago, right?
Nothing against Scorpio. I'm Sagittarius. I'm curious. I'm optimistic.
Right. This is going to happen at breakfast tables all over the world.
I've been a Scorpio. You kind of got a Scorpio attitude.
All right, George, you're an Aquarius, but according to this report, you're actually a Capricorn. So listen to this description. A Capricorn is ambitious, practical, hardworking, and driven by responsibility. What do you think?
Oh, I'll cop to that, but I've always been an Aquarius.
Right, so you should stay where you want to be, George. It's not my fault, America. All right, Michael, you go from Scorpio to a Libra. They are charming, social, diplomatic, fair-minded. Ring a bell or way off?
He is Scorpio.
Well, first of all, I gotta be both because all those things you named are good things. I got them all. Plus, I got the Scorpio in me.
All right. Lara, you're a Gemini, by the way. You become a Taurus. I'm just saying, we are out of time. I know. I see you're a Gemini. We'll be right back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. The new Epstein files released, turned over by his estate, including a letter to Epstein on his 50th birthday in 2003, allegedly signed by President Trump. Now, the reaction from the White House after pressure grows in Congress to make all the Epstein files public.
Nation's report card, the newly released numbers overnight, and what parents need to know about struggling high school seniors.
It's the Girls Trip Cost Plan, the group of best friends who came up with a fix to splitting costs while traveling together.
And one of the friends said, oh, this would be so much easier if we had a shared bank account.
Would you share a bank account with your friends? Why, they say it makes their trips more fun.
And celebrating with Sabrina, the pop superstar, giving us all a reason to dance. Her new album hitting #1. Her reaction to the news, and the records it sets for the year. As we say, good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
You heard it. Good morning, America. And we're celebrating all week. You know why? Because it's almost Tori Johnson's birthday, everybody. Yeah. And for her birthday, Tori's actually giving us gifts because she's bringing us great deals and steals, all at least 50% off. There's the birthday girl.
That is so Tori, always thinking of others, even when it's her birthday week. Also ahead, Dr. Tara Narula is here to break down a new study about GLP-1 weight loss drugs and how they may help reduce obesity-related cancers, potentially saving more than 1 million lives in the next 25 years.
First, look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with the latest in the battle over the Jeffrey Epstein files. Some of the files that were turned over to Congress by the Epstein estate have been released, including a suggested birthday note to Epstein that appears to have been signed by Donald Trump. I want to go back to Jay O'Brien on Capitol Hill. Good morning, Jay.
Yeah, George, good morning again. This letter released overnight is already fueling a controversy that's engulfed Capitol Hill, including some of the president's most loyal supporters.
This morning, part of a cache of records subpoenaed by the Republican-led House Oversight Committee from convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's estate, committee Democrats posting this letter allegedly written by President Donald Trump. Part of a book of messages compiled for Epstein's 50th birthday, the letter includes lines of text written to mimic an imaginary third-person conversation between Trump and Epstein, framed by a crudely drawn outline of a woman's body. One line reading, "We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that?" And ending with this, "A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." The typed signature reads Donald J. Trump, and in thick marker beneath what appears to be a handwritten Donald. The Wall Street Journal first reported the letter's existence in July. Trump has called it fake, promptly filing a defamation lawsuit against the Journal and its conservative owner, Rupert Murdoch, for $10 billion.
I don't even know what they're talking about. Now, somebody could have written a letter and used my name.
And later saying this.
They say there's a drawing of a woman, and I don't do drawings of women.
The White House this morning flatly denying the president drew or signed the message. Democrats pointing to the signature.
I don't think that it takes an expert to know that that is his signature.
Trump and Epstein were friends for more than a decade, but when Epstein was arrested in 2019, Trump said the two men hadn't spoken in 15 years. The book was given to Epstein in 2003, 3 years before he was first arrested for sex crimes. The messages compiled by Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, currently serving a 20-year federal prison sentence for sex trafficking.
And that release only turning up the pressure here on the Hill for a House vote to release all of the FBI's Epstein files. Already 4 Republicans breaking with the White House, joining with Democrats to call for that vote. Michael.
All right, Jay, thank you so much for that. And we're going to turn now to the new Nation's report card. There are some startling numbers that was released overnight. Our Elizabeth Schulze is here with what parents need to know, especially when it comes to struggling high school seniors. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Michael. And this is the first time we are getting a look at test scores for high school seniors since 2019, before the pandemic, and the results are sobering here. The Nation's report card for 12th graders across the U.S., this was released overnight by the Education Department, shows reading and math scores dropped to historic lows. Almost half of seniors are now testing below basic levels in math and reading, and only about 1/3 of them were considered academically prepared for college. Education Secretary Linda McMahon called these results devastating. Of course, under her leadership, the department's staff has been slashed nearly in half, including the researchers who put this report together. McMahon argues that education should return to the states. This report also shows that absenteeism is rising among all age groups since the pandemic, with more kids now regularly missing class. Educators and policymakers say it is critical for parents to stay engaged, regularly checking in with students and with their teachers about assignments and any absences, Robin.
Yeah, that is so key. Elizabeth, thank you. Now we have a GMA Health Alert. New research finds that GLP-1 drugs for weight loss may have the added benefit of saving more than 1 million lives from cancer. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula, is back, going to join us now. Break this down for us, because what is it? 2 in 5 adults, 1 in 5 teens and children are overweight or obese. And now this is saying that if you have cancer, this could help you if you were to get cancer.
Well, Robin, there's a large body of data showing that obesity is related to cancer, that there is a link, in particular to 13 different types of cancers. We see a lot of these cancers in our digestive organs or reproductive organs, the ones that we feel are obesity related. Now, we don't know the exact link, but it's felt to be probably secondary to inflammation, insulin levels, also alterations in the immune system, and even higher hormone levels like estrogen. We know that estrogen can, in cases, be fuel sometime for tumor progression and growth. Now, what researchers here wanted to see is if we have people lose weight, in particular using GLPs, might that decrease obesity-related cancers? So they did data modeling and projected out to 2050. And they projected that obesity-related cancers are likely to increase in their model by about 27% by 2050. But they also found that if there was a 10% weight loss with GLP drugs, you could reduce cancer cases that were obesity-related by about 1.2 1.2 million cases.
Wow.
So those are really big numbers.
Yeah.
The greatest benefits were seen with endometrial cancer and breast cancer in women, and with kidney cancer and liver cancer in both genders. Now, they caution this was data modeling and projection, so we clearly need a lot more research, but there is a growing body of studies that does show this link, and it's unclear, is it really the GLPs and the weight loss, or is there something in particular about the GLP drugs that's helping?
We're not sure.
We don't know that yet.
Okay, so if you are overweight and you are considering these medications, what should be going through your mind?
This should really be a conversation that is happening now. I talk a lot about this with my patients. Many of them are scared or even ashamed to talk about using these drugs, but these drugs have been used in diabetics for over 20 years at this point. So I tell my patients, these drugs, we understand their safety profile, their risks and their benefits, but talk to your physician if you're a candidate to see if you're a candidate. We see this growing list of benefits, whether it's cardiovascular risk reduction, addiction, fertility, sleep apnea, kidney disease, and now potentially cancer.
We've only been talking about it recently, but as you said, it's been around.
These drugs have been used, again, in diabetics for about 20 years.
Yeah, okay. All right, Dr. True. It's nice to have you back.
Thank you.
I hope you had a good break.
Thank you.
We had dinner. Yeah, it was really nice.
So you had a good break. We had a nice dinner.
No, her husband is a rock star. That's all I can say.
So sweet.
Coming up, our GMA Morning Menu, why one group of friends has a shared bank account for their vacations. How to know if it's the right move for your next group trip.
Also ahead, flu season is just weeks away, and our GMA staff is rolling up their sleeves and getting tips on how we can all help protect ourselves.
And Sabrina Carpenter giving us all reason to dance. Your new hit #1, more on that in pop news. And Larry and Sam have a special guest.
Yeah, we are with the star of that other morning show, the one that we love so much.
Mark, it's a little different from Good Morning America. It's just the morning show, right?
Yeah, it's the morning show. It's pretty good.
It's pretty. Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon.
Have you heard of them?
Those up and comers?
Yeah. Thank goodness you're not actually on in the morning. I don't need the competition. But anyway, we're going to talk about the brand new.
New season. We're going to talk all about it coming up, guys, on Good Morning America. This morning show.
This one.
George is on a roll this morning.
He is.
He's on fire, baby.
It must have been the zodiac change.
Oh, yeah, what's his new sign?
You're still in the lead in the clubhouse, Sam, you are. We got our GMA cover story now. One group of friends, solution to the girls' trip and how to split expenses. It's a story we first saw on People, and Rebecca is back with more. Good morning again, Rebecca.
Hi, Robin. Nice to see you again. Yeah, this doesn't matter your sign. We have all been in this situation. At some point, the stress of paying for a group trip, having to divvy it up and collect after the fact or pay along the way. Well, this group of friends, lifelong friends across the world in Australia that you're about to meet, went viral for sharing their creative solution.
My girlfriend and I are currently on a holiday.
Kim Brindell and her 5 best friends have known each other for over 20 years. From weekend getaways to unforgettable adventures, the group shares a love of travel that's only deepened their bond over the years. But like with any group trip, the hassle of splitting expenses became a consistent burden. That was until one of them had a better idea at the end of a trip 3 years ago.
We were frantically trying to work out who owed who what and calculate everything to be able to square up at the end of the holiday. And one of the friends said, oh, this would be so much easier if we had a shared bank account. And at first we all just laughed it off. And then we were like, wait, that's actually kind of genius. And we'd actually opened it by the end of breakfast.
Each woman contributes $20 a week to the shared account to be used for any and all travel expenses, including airfare, lodging, and dining. And if someone can't come or participate in certain activities, the group has a way to handle it.
There's been a time when one of the friends has been pregnant, which meant she didn't drink on the trip. And so we just all individually buy our drinks. We've actually had one of the friends not be able to come after we'd booked. However, she didn't expect any money back, but the rest of us friends thought we could probably calculate how much she'd actually put in that would have contributed. We just thought, well, the right thing to do would be to refund her, because I think we've very much taken the approach that it all comes out in the wash, or it all comes back to you eventually as well.
Kim says taking the stress out of budgeting and splitting costs has made their friendship even stronger.
Instead of thinking about cost being a barrier to splurge on that extra glass of wine, you just do it and you don't have to think about it. So it's made our trips actually so much more fun, and we've been able to connect so much more freely, not having to worry about money at all.
As someone who's been to a lot of bachelorette parties over the years, I think this is a really great solution, especially if you're always traveling with the same group of friends. This crew has one person who controls the bank account, but everyone has a credit card with access to it. The key to this, though, is trust. If you're choosing to do this with your friends, you want to think about creating a high-yield savings account so that the money that you contribute grows even more and you can stretch those dollars even farther.
Okay, Keisha is not buying it.
She's adamant.
No.
What?
She's like, no.
Keisha, I thought our stage manager.
But it's hard.
Wait, Keisha.
I don't have a mic, but I like the idea. However, one person's in charge of it. One person's in charge.
But everyone has
Like
access.
a
And these are friends who've known each other for 20 years. You got to trust the people in there.
I think I've learned something.
But verify.
I think I've learned from Keisha. Keisha need new friends.
Michael, even for you.
Michael, you don't want to put her on TV. I'm just pointing it out.
Okay, come on, give us some pop news here. Larry, save us. Pop news.
Let's do it. Yeah, guys, crank the music. Play some Sabrina
Oh.
Carpenter. Let's do that for Sam.
Which one?
And for everybody. Play that Sabrina Carpenter. Here she is, guys. She has good reason to dance. Her new album, Man's Best Friend, just debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. This is her second time debuting at #1, and Billboard says this one's even stronger than her first, the super fun, short and sweet. In album units sold, Man's Best Friend is also, it's earned the biggest opening week for any female album of 2025. It also broke the record for most streamed female album of the year. And we know we have one major Sabrina Carpenter fan in the house.
She's the best.
Yeah, she sure is. And we have more music news for you all today. And this is a change in tenor, if you will, but really exciting. It's a major concert taking place in Vatican City for the first time ever. It will be led by Pharrell Williams and Andrea Bocelli. The pair is bringing an A-list group of performers to Rome this weekend in St. Peter's Square. We're talking John Legend, Jelly Roll, Karol G, Jennifer Hudson, Thai rapper Bam Bam for a very special event. And this morning, the one and only Jelly Roll sent us a special message.
This performance is all about bringing people together through the power of music. I cannot wait to share the stage with such incredible artists and such an incredible place. I hope you all tune in live to watch us on Disney+, Hulu, and ABC News.
There you go, Jelly Roll. The concert is aimed at bringing a message of grace and humanity to the world. The event is called Grace for the World. It does stream live this Saturday at noon. Wow, what an undertaking. It happens exclusively on Disney+, Hulu, and ABC News Live. Why have you just jumped right into my show?
Because I think there's a brand new show that you've been keeping secret that we can now talk about.
Yes! I can finally do it? Okay. All right. Well, first let me show you a picture. What if I told you guys that this room that you're looking at, every single piece in this room is thrifted, and the entire room took 2 days and less than $2,000, including paint, rugs, all the furnishing to put together. That room was on one of the first episodes that we shot of my new show. It's called That Thrifting Show with Lara Spencer. This idea came from my trips to flea markets and thrift shops, thinking, wouldn't it be so fun to see what a super talented interior designer could put together using all of the fabulous finds I'm looking at? Well, that's this show. It's sustainable, it's aspirational. It's 2 teams of interior designers. They get 2 days, $2,000 to create beautiful rooms using only thrifted, upcycled pieces. We have an awesome panel of judges. Robert Hartwell, huge personality, Broadway star, TV host of his own design show. Danny Cleric is a design influencer. And Preston Conrad, he's like our Tim Gunn. He worked at Ralph Lauren. He's amazing. And they judge these rooms.
So this is coming off the success of your thrifting show that you did, because I love
Flea Market
that show.
Flip, yes. Yes, so this is like the supersized version of that. It really takes it to the next level. And there's like this whole new generation out there that loves thrifting. They love sustainability. They want homes that tell a story and have texture. It's something you can't get by taking a chair out of a box. There's just something about the layers and texture that a room feels like. So we're really excited. And who doesn't love a treasure hunt?
I'm telling you right now, you know how I know this show's a hit? Because Keisha said no to the friends, but she was like, yes to this show.
You guys will not believe the
Fantastic.
rooms created with only thrifted items. I know Allie's into
beautiful
this.
room.
That's a great idea.
It's called That Thrifting Show.
I've had so many people asking me, when are you going to have a show again?
I
'Cause
agree.
They loved it, loved
Thank
it,
you.
loved it. This is
Freeform Hulu starting next year.
And my mom's going to be really happy.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Sam, for outing the secret.
We are celebrating Tori Johnson's birthday all week long, everybody. Yes, and today we're going to mark the milestone and have building stills up to 58% off from small businesses you'll want to raise a glass to. I mean, cheers to another year, Tori.
All right, let's get to it,
Let's
though.
get to it.
Okay,
Let's go.
so I'm so excited to bring you all your favorites, Coco and Carmen, these ever stretch jeans. You see, these
stretch.
are so
They just might
fabulous.
be.
They
What are you
stretch,
talking about?
They move with you, four-way stretch. They feel fabulous. They're a favorite in this studio, a favorite for you guys at home. Huge assortment, plus first time ever, a skirt as well. All 50% off from Coco and Carmen. We love this one.
I can get my right leg in that, Lara.
All right, another good one, Form. So this is Taylor Swift approved, moms, Olympians, everybody loves this line. It is driven by science. They've got FDA registrations, 35 patents. Well, you could hold up, that's their posture bra. That was worn by Taylor Swift in the Eras Tour. And that's the one that helps
This
to...
actual one?
That actual one. Can you imagine? There you go. I know. We're gonna put that on eBay. Trains the body to develop muscle memory to help with posture. So posture and back health, both in terms of, we've got the bra, we've got the leggings that also have the wearable technology built in, tees, tanks, socks, all of it, all 50% off today from Form.
Wow, you got it all. Okay.
All right, then another favorite right here, Softies. This is their
I love
Dream
these.
Tech
Yeah.
fabric.
Wow.
So we've got a bomber jacket right here in a variety of colors, and then this two-piece set that's really fabulous with the cowl neck. It's just got like fluid
No,
and
I have
ease.
these. They're fantastic.
Right? The
Yeah.
fabric is so fabulous. The fit, the feel, we love it. The colors are beautiful for the season. All 50% off from Softies.
Fantastic softies.
Okay, then we go over to Nadri. This is where Sam gave me big compliments on my ear
gorgeous.
look here.
It's gorgeous.
So thank you. All of these pieces from Nadri are all about sort of the same kind of craftsmanship that fine jewelry has. So they hand set the stones. They use precious metals. We have a huge assortment of the most exquisite earrings. Lara's already loading into her cart. She's online shopping. Love the options here. All 50% off starting at $17.
You really are blinging.
Thank
You're blinging
you.
over
Thank
there.
you. All right, this we are obsessed with. Taylor, hold on to this bag here. I was going through my Instagram feed, and all the bags this season are so expensive, and I challenged Kay Carroll to come up with a luxurious look for less. This slouchy bag is phenomenal. It also has this little envelope wristlet that you can detach if you're on the go. Super lightweight to begin with, so roomy on the inside. It is $25, you guys.
That's a great deal.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
And then whoosh. This
Whoosh.
is, you know,
There
I'm
it
in
is.
my dark lip era this fall. So this is a lip stain that I'm obsessed with because of this tip. I wish you guys could see that tip right there. It is the easiest way to line your lips in full color. It is a gorgeous stain. And then they make these palettes where you get the full face in one palette, all 50% off starting at $10.
You did it, birthday girl. That's right. You know, we partner with these companies on all these deals. You can go to gmadeals.com to find all of these offers that are, that QR code on the screen is going to take you right there as well. Tori's going to be back with more birthday bargains tomorrow. And coming up, the morning show star Mark Duplass is here when we come back.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
Welcome back, everybody. That is one of our nation's great natural wonders, Niagara Falls. And I'm going to be there live on Friday for the next stop on our 50 States in 50 Weeks tour as we show you some of the things that make New York great. And we're really looking forward to going up there and showing everybody Niagara Falls.
So you'll be there on Friday?
I'll be there on Friday.
All right, but right now we have a true Hollywood. You just put a hyphen with everything because he is an award-winning actor, hyphen producer, hyphen writer, hyphen director. Mark Duplass, everybody. Yeah. But right now you got a lot of hats that you wear. But we're going to talk about acting and the morning show because I told the guys I've already seen a few of the episodes. I know. But the thing is,
spoilers. Let's tell
no,
everybody.
that's smart. But I was concerned because you got last season. You were fired, and I'm like, how are they going to bring you back? And they did.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough. You know, he dropped quite a few F-bombs live on air at the end of season 3, so they got to figure something out. So we come on Chip this year. He's an independent documentary producer. He's trying to live a more casual and calm life, less stress eating, less chance of a heart attack in the control room. And what was really fun is that I got to work a lot with Reese this year. You know, like Chip and Alex are always together, but we kind of end up pulling the threads of this conspiracy that leads back to UBN and some of our personal relationships. So Reese and I are kind of in this like Woodward and Bernstein mode. It's fun.
That's great. Let's see you guys at work.
That's our entire communication thus far.
So this is why I'm here.
My source is somewhere inside the network. They knew that Mia was coming to recruit me before I did. For some reason, this Wolf River story got killed at UBA. I'm gonna figure out why.
Bradley?
Work with me.
Wait, what?
I think we could break this together. You and I are such a good team. We dug up so much on Paul Marks.
Yeah, and we also lost our jobs.
Oh, by the way.
But you are back. So you're working with Reese right there. Also, star Jen Aniston, but they're also executive producers.
They are.
What kind of role do they play there?
I mean, look, there are a couple of real jerks. Is really what it comes down to. They're honestly. I'm not just saying this because I'm on TV. They're incredible.
Yeah.
You know, my thinking is that, you know, they came up in the 90s in Hollywood, you know, and when there weren't a lot of really strong female bosses around. And I think that they learned how to be bosses by watching bosses be not great to them. And they are incredible leaders. You look at the morning show and you look at the way the cast has grown, you know, and you look at the roles that they have given to women. Last year we had 4 supporting actress nominees in the female department, which is like, that's a testament to Reese and Jen creating an environment where they can come forward and shine. I mean, they're doing it.
Well, you created a daughter, your older daughter, Aura.
Yes.
But she's caught the acting bug.
Oh my God. I tried to do everything I could. I was like, don't do this. And so what my wife and I did is we made a short film with her, you know, and we're like, you're gonna carry all the equipment, like, and we'll put you through a 14-hour day. And I was like, that'll scare her off. And she's like, I loved it. I want to go again. So then we made another independent film together. And then she started auditioning. She just booked this huge Disney show called Coven Academy. She's moving out of the house to Vancouver to shoot. So I get to be a set dad for a little while, which I'm psyched.
Did you suspect it was going to happen?
You know, I think we knew it was going. My wife and I were like, you know, just stay in school and have a normal life. But the truth is, like, we were out of our towns as soon as we could and ready to go. So, you know, they say the apple never falls far from the tree, and I think we're paying the price now. So.
The good price. It's a good price.
It's a good
kid,
price,
man. Congratulations to Aura and all of that. And you were just here back in June on GMA talking about it was during Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah. You talked about your own mental health journey to try to break down the stigmas that come along with it. What has the response been to you from that time?
You know, I just went on Instagram and was kind of sharing my journey, and I really didn't think it was a big deal, honestly. I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm going to be so brave and destigmatize this. I just thought, you know, I should talk about this. And what I realized is that, you know, the inpouring of support, and people said, oh my God, you know, no men are talking about this publicly, you know. So then I was like, well, wow, I guess I should maybe like carry the torch for this a little bit, you know. And I just want to tell everybody it's like a really hard time. There's no shame in this. Yes. I've been on therapy, I've been on medication, I'm on meditation and good sleep and exercise, and I got my systems, and like you can make it work for yourself. You really can. Because there was a time in my life where I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard to believe, because when people would see you from the surface and go, you had a great family life, you're a great actor, and all these things, they don't know what's going on inside.
You can have all of those things, and I can even be peppy here on the couch with you guys and do it, and have the brave face, but you know, look, we're all dealing with this right now. You know, the technology has been really hard on all of us, and I think it's just important, particularly for men, to just talk about it and share it. And I think, you know, there's a little bit of that fear of like, am I going to be looked at as weak, or, you know, maybe like it could endanger my employment or jobs, but I've had nothing but positivity and
Can you
support.
tell from the feedback that you're making a difference?
Yeah, it's deepened my relationships with everyone. I mean, you know, when I go on Instagram and I see the feedback that I get from people, you know, it's really been very rewarding and empowering. So I'm hoping that more people, you know, will just come out and talk about it.
Yeah, well, thank you for talking about it.
Yeah.
Thank
Happy
you.
to do it.
I know. Thank you and bless you. You are making a difference in so many lives. So many lives.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, I know I am. And I do know that the new season, see how I did a little segue there?
There you go.
The new season of The Morning Show premieres September 17th on Apple TV+.
Now, we're just huge fans sitting here talking with New York Times bestselling author Dan Brown, known for his books Angels and Demons, The Da Vinci Code. Now he's written the 6th installment in his Robert Langdon series. Wow. This one is called The Secret of Secrets. Hi, thank you so much for being here.
Welcome. Great to see you.
Just love reading your books, have so enjoyed the movies, and without giving away one single secret, because we don't want to do that.
Because it's the secret of secrets, so there's a lot to keep.
Darn it. But what can you tell us about this new one?
You know what, this is by far the most ambitious book I've ever attempted. It's very intricately plotted. I also happen to think it's the most fun. It was the most fun to write. I'm hoping it's the most fun to read. It's set in the world of human consciousness, which was an interesting choice because it took about 8 years to get my head around it to the point that I could write about it.
Left you unconscious?
Pretty much, yeah.
We talked about during the commercial break that it was, 6 to 8 years that you were working on this book. And this one's personal because during that time period with your mother, you want to talk a little bit
My
about
mom
how
died
you
8
came
years
up?
ago.
Yeah.
Right as I was starting this book or thinking about writing this book, and it got me asking the question that we all ask. What happens when we die? What is that?
Yeah.
And if you'd asked me 8 years ago, what happens when we die? Nothing. Full stop. That was my mindset. You're a computer, the power cable's been cut, it's over.
And that's changed for you.
Over the past 8 years, talking to physicists, noetic scientists, philosophers, and reading about some of the incredible new science that's happening in this field of thanatology and noetics, I've come out the other side with a totally different point of view on death. I'm a skeptic, and yet I've come out really quite philosophical and spiritual about what happens
Our souls
beyond.
go on.
I think that consciousness survives human death. And that, I should stress, I haven't had a religious experience, I haven't had an out-of-body experience, I haven't had a near-death experience.
Yeah.
This is based on the science that is happening right now.
It's very comforting
We
to
are
think
in,
that.
this is an astonishing time in the study of consciousness. We're going to find out in the next 5 years some things that should change our view of who we are, how we interact with each other, and really what happens
And do
beyond.
you get into these in this book?
Entirely, and only 190,000 words worth.
Oh, and it's no surprise. This is not a spoiler. Already, it's heading to the screen. I'm so excited for you.
You know what? I'm excited too. We had great fun. I mean, it was such an honor to work with Ron Howard and Tom Hanks on the movies. One of the great challenges was to take big books and compress them into two and a half hours. So this is now going to Netflix with just a phenomenal team, where we'll have 8 to 10 hours to tell a story.
Wow.
And in fact, you probably know the guy spearheading it is the great Carlton Cuse, who did your show Lost, which did pretty well.
Yes. That feels right.
Very conveniently for Robert Langdon, Carlton went to Harvard.
That's
so
fantastic.
With Robert Langdon, now we kind of need a new Robert Langdon, right? I mean, I love Tom Hanks, and he did 2 with you.
He did 3 of them.
3.
Yes.
And he was phenomenal.
Angels and Demons is like one of my favorite movies.
You just watched it recently.
I did on a plane. Yeah. It holds up, people. It is so good.
So how do we choose Langdon?
That's a pretty good question. I'm not sure how much influence I will have over who Langdon is.
It's not decided yet?
It is. If I knew, I would tell you. We've started to look at young actors, and this is, Langdon's aging a little bit more slowly than I am, so which is convenient for him, not so great for me. But we want a younger Langdon. Ideally, the show will be popular, and we'll go back and do Origin or do whatever I'm writing next, another Robert Langdon thriller. So
good. So you're not done yet. I'm happy.
I don't think so. We'll see. I'm kind of tired. It's been a long 8 years, but.
Yeah. What do you do after you do one of these and it comes out? Because you put your heart and soul into these books.
Yeah, you when you're a creative person, all you have to guide you is your own taste. So you write the book that you would want to read, you put it out in the world and say, I hope somebody shares my taste. It seems that a lot of people do, so I feel very fortunate that I've been able to keep writing. It feels like a real luxury. I'm about to embark on a 12 or 13 country book tour. So that'll keep me busy for a while, and then
you'll unwind a little
I'll
bit.
decompress and think about what's next.
Oh, I love it.
Did you just say 20? How many countries?
Well, it's out in 56 languages. I think I'm going to 13 countries. I haven't seen the
I
entire
don't even know
list.
how you're going to do it. So 20 years since Da Vinci Code?
Yeah.
And I'm willing to bet it's still one of the top things that fans talk with you about. What are they usually clamoring for?
You know what? Everybody wants something different. They all want another book, which is always gratifying. But the one thing that people say that makes me the happiest when they say, look, I don't read novels, I don't read books, but I read your book. And what it does is remind me how fun reading a book really is.
That's
great.
That's pretty special.
Especially today.
Yeah.
Especially today.
Yes.
Sure.
No, what my 24-year-old son, thank goodness, has found you. So, Dan Brown, we thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Please come back with the next one.
I will do that.
And we want to hear all the details on the movie version of The Secret of Secrets.
I love how excited you still are to do what you do. It's
Yeah.
just, it's in you, and I love seeing it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. And that book is out today, everyone. Ginger, heading over to you.
That sounds fascinating.
Yeah,
We
it
were all
really
like,
does.
what? Also, we have something new here, an exclusive thanks to our friends at Girl Scouts. We are just a few months out from the official kickoff of Girl Scout cookie season. And this morning, we can announce a brand new cookie joining the ranks. Are you ready?
Yeah. Well, they are called Explore S'mores. Explore S'mores. So it's a Rocky Road ice cream inspired sandwich cookie.
I mean, they can really do no wrong, but
No.
lucky for us, we've got some right here to taste test. And while everybody gets into it, I'm going to let you know a little bit about the flavor.
You don't need my fingers, I'll hand
take
you
a
one.
bite.
I know, you guys.
And by bite, Michael puts the whole thing in his mouth. Michael, are you getting notes of chocolate, marshmallow, toasted almond,
come on,
flavored
get one.
ice cream?
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
I do get those tastes.
You
It's
have
all
to
in there.
talk,
Thank
but
you.
I
I
don't
got to
even
get
want
one
one.
too.
Tell you what, that's delicious.
Make mine a double.
Robin, what do you think?
Tastes really good.
Really good.
It's really, really good.
Really good.
Well done, Girl Scouts. You've done it again.
And
Well,
they're
the
so popular.
organization has told us that Girl Scouts across the United States will offer the Explore S'mores cookie nationally, both online and in person at their booths during the upcoming 2026 season. So you too will soon have a taste.
Coming up, flu season is just weeks away, and our GMA staff is rolling up their sleeves literally and getting tips on how we can all help protect ourselves. I'm still eating my cookie. And we are back with the official start of flu season just weeks away, and vaccines are now available. Some of the ABC News family is here with me right now, as you see. You know, they already got their shots this morning. That's what the Band-Aids are showing us. And Ginger has more about how you can get yours as well. Hey, Ginger.
Michael, I love how they've all got their flex on. You guys see
Yeah,
that?
right.
Everybody's got their bicep out.
Important.
All right, so I am here in our GMA Care Center, as we're calling it. Now is a great time to help protect yourself. This segment is sponsored by Walgreens, and their chief pharmacy officer and a pharmacist himself, Rick Gates, is here to let us know more about the season. Let's start with the easy question. Is it not too early? When's the best time to get a shot, and who's eligible?
Yeah, no, it's not too early. So if you think about the flu season right now, you're protecting yourself for your families over the holidays, right? So it's ages 6 months and above. Right now we're eligible for flu vaccines. Within pharmacies, it's actually closer to 3 years and above that pharmacists can actually vaccinate. So the time is now.
And it's not just the flu shot that we can get right now?
Well, it's multiple, right? So it's respiratory season. So as you think about that, it can be flu, it can be COVID, it can be RSV. There's many different shots of pneumonia, right? So I think that people can go in, talk to their pharmacist and understand what they're eligible for, and then make sure that they're vaccinated to protect themselves and their families.
Well, if anyone has any questions, we're going to answer them all right now. To show you how easy it is to get a flu shot, we have Rebecca, Sam, and Lori all here ready to get their vaccinations. Rebecca, are you ready?
I'm multitasking, Ginger.
Yeah.
Here at work, get my shot. Let's go.
We love to see it. While she does that, one big misconception is that people can get the flu from the flu shot.
Yeah, that is a misconception. So if you think back to what the flu shot is, it actually is not a live virus, right? So what happens is you can get some side effects from it. Local side administration pain, low-grade fever, generally goes away within 24 hours, but you do not get the flu from the flu shot.
Okay. Rebecca, how do you feel?
Jamal, you were amazing.
Thank you so much. Great, here we go. One done. Sam's up next.
I've got my cookie for after. We can go ahead. I never look at it. I'm fine with getting a
Same.
shot. I just don't look at it.
Okay, so
All right.
Then don't look, and we're going to not look at you while we talk about this.
Stick it in there. Go ahead.
Now
You do
is such
look.
a good time to get the shot because it does take a few weeks to kick in. Is that right?
Yeah, so your maximum protection is 2 weeks after you get any of the vaccines. So I think as you want to think about it, you're going into the holidays. You want to protect not only yourself, but your loved ones, right? So think about your grandmas, your grandfathers, my family, the same thing. So you really want to give that 2 weeks to get maximum protection going into any holiday.
Great. Sam, how you feel?
I'm ready for the cookie. I didn't even. Were we done? Are we done?
Oh,
That's it?
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Yay.
He's done.
Yay. Wait, you missed my flex. I was so ready for this moment.
Don't worry, we never miss your flex. Lori B, let's do it. You ready?
Yes, we are masters of efficiency, Neetha and I. We're already done. And it was so easy, I didn't even know she did it. I was like, oh, we're done?
It's done?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we should ask one more question anyway. You do have to get this every year, though.
Yeah, the vaccine itself actually protects you against a virus that changes every year. So we try to monitor the nuances and how it changes, and you want to get an updated flu vaccine every year to really protect yourself.
And some years are better than others, but it's like, get it anyway.
You should get it anyway, yes.
Right. Okay, well, thank you all. Now he's got his cookie done. Thank you to Rick, and thank you to the whole staff for doing this, and appreciate all of you. Thank you for showing us how easy this was, and hopefully there are members of the GMA staff who got their flu shots and will still today, because we have so many more folks that still have yet to get them. From behind the scenes, they all got their shots this morning. If you want to know more about getting your flu shot, you can head to your local Walgreens or our GMA social pages. Thank you. Great job, everybody.
We ate cookies, we got flu shots.
More news. You can check it out. What you need to know anytime on Disney Plus. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.